Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannada Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatiram originator, sensational writer, the author of more than 100 holy scriptures, Hindu virtue donor, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwaralu. We are learning Sankhya Yogam chapter. So we came up to 51 slokas last week. So Lord Krishna started telling about the Karma Yogam. So what he told was, so whenever you are doing the tasks, you should not keep focus on the profits and losses, and you should be having equal mind, equal intellect over good and bad deeds. If you do so like that, then it will be called as Karma Yogam. So you must do the task like that. And also he said Sangam Tyaktva. Sangam Tyaktva means don't mix up with the ego. So when you mix up with the ego, what happens? Ego will attach you the karma. So in order to avoid that, you should be away from the ego. That's why he said Sangam Tyaktva. Sangam means mixing. Tyaktva means leave it. And also he said the task which attaches karma is far different than the task which avoids you the karma. The way in which you do the task, if it avoids the karma, that is called Karma Yogam. The Karma Yogam is the highest one compared to the one which attaches the way you do the task. So if you do not leave the ego, if you mix up with the ego and do the task, what happens? It attaches the karma and it makes you go downfall. Instead, if you can follow the Karma Yogam process, how we do, just by ignoring the ego, what it teaches you, what it preaches you, then you will be in the Karma Yogam process. So instead of going with the way which attaches you the karma, you go with the way where you avoid the karma. So that's what Lord Krishna said. And also the one who is doing the Karma Yogam, who is following the Karma Yogam, he is destroying all the sin and merits. As long as when you keep on earning the sin and merits, that will come as future karma. That future karma, what it makes you bond of birth. In order to avoid that one, you have to follow the Karma Yogam. The one who is following the Karma Yogam, he is destroying his sin and merits. And you should have a skill. You should have a skill when you are performing the task. You should have a skill to avoid the karma. That is why in the Slokam he said, Karmasu Kaushalam. You should have a skill of avoiding the future karma out of the tasks you are doing. That is called Karma Yoga. So some people, what they wrote, in order to avoid the karma, they said that you perform the good deeds, don't do the bad deeds. It's not the right thing. It deviates the actual righteousness taught by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita nowhere it supports doing good things or doing bad things. It says that doing good things or bad things not in your hand. We came to know that karmanye vadhikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. That means you have the authority to earn the karma, but you don't have authority to do the tasks. Tasks are done by the body, not by you. So you have only the authority whether to accept the sin or merit. So that's why, so here the one who is following the karma yogam, he is destroying the sin and merits both. So whenever you destroy sin and merits both, your karma will be destroying gradually. Once your karma becomes completely nullified, or becomes zero, then you will be liberated. There is no bond of birth for you. So that's what the liberation. So the main seed is the karma. The karma is the main seed. If that seed is destroyed, then there is no new karma for you. And also he said that the one who is the knower of the wisdom, he knows that how to avoid the karma. So he is not wanting the fruits of karma. He is he is giving up the fruits of karma, and he is giving up the bond of birth and then getting liberated. So in this 51st sloka, 51st sloka, in 51st sloka, what we came to know, there are three things existing in this slokam. One is initiative karma, which is happening right now, which is in the present, and the accumulated karma, which is there for you, and another one is future karma. Future karma comes out of your actions. When you mix up with the ego will make you attach the future karma. That future karma again after some time will turn it into the accumulated karma. So here when a creature borns, that time some portion of the accumulated karma is taken and it is made as, it's called as initiative karma. According to that initiative karma, everyone's life continues. So when everybody is doing the actions, tasks, what happens whenever he attaches to the ego, whenever he attracts to the ego or he listens to the ego, he is automatically getting the new karma, that is called future karma. So the future karma is the one which makes you bond of birth. The future karma is the one which makes you bond of birth. You have to avoid that. If you don't avoid that, then what happens? Again you will be in the birth and death cycle. So the one who knew the wisdom, he is not craving for the fruits of karma. So he doesn't want it. He gives up all of the future karma, all of the future karma, whatever is happening out of the every action. So he will not have any bond of birth. Then he will get the liberation. He will merge with the God. He doesn't require to take birth again. So that's what we came to know last week about Karma Yogam. So let's continue from 52nd Slokam what Lord Krishna is saying. Because he taught Karma Yogam, he came to know that Arjuna might not have understood properly. So he wants to make it more clearer way of understanding. That's why he started telling the Karma Yogam and Brahma Yogam more elaboratively, So far he taught about the Karma Yogam. Now he is going to tell about the Brahma Yogam as well. So let us see 52nd Slokam what he is saying. Yada te moha kalilam buddhirvyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrutavyasya shrutasya cha. What he is saying here? So whenever you overcome the attachment, the emotion, attachment, there are 12 emotions. Out of 12 emotions, 6 emotions are uh, very much important emotions, 6 bad emotions. Out of 6 bad emotions, attachment is the one of the emotions which makes you think about it's mine, the people are mine, the caste is mine, religion is mine, country is mine, and this thing is mine, this body is mine, everything, whatever you say, mine, all of the things, they are related to the, those kind of feelings are related to the attachment. So that's why God is saying here, when you overcome the attachment, then only whatever the process, how to do the karma yogam, I explained so far, that one, and also the one which I am going to explain to you, that also can be understood. So when there is an attachment, then to avoid that, there is a detachment, because there are 6 bad gunas, equivalently there are 6 good gunas. Good gunas are, so 6 there. For the attachment, detachment is the another emotion. So when you get the feeling of detachment, then only whatever the wisdom I taught so far about the karma yogam, that one, and also the one which I am going to teach you, that also you can clearly understand. That is why nirvedam, he is saying here, nirvedam. Nirvedam means, vedam means, veda means emotion. So we came to know that Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Traigunya Vishaya Veda means 3 emotional parts, 3 divisions of attachments, emotions are there. 3 divisions of emotions are there. They are called Tamasa, Rajasa, Satvika. And in each division, 12 emotions are there. In the 12 emotions, 6 are bad emotions, 6 are good emotions. So all these are called Vedas. So when you become Nirvedam, that means when you overcome this one, so then you will get the wisdom. And also when you get out of this Vedam, it becomes Brahma Yogam. So that's why here he is saying Nirvedam. The Brahma Yogam, what it says, when you go beyond the emotions, you need to overcross the emotions. You need to go beyond that. Then only it becomes Brahma Yogam. That's why Bhagavan is saying over here. So when Arjuna heard this one, then he got some of the questions in his mind. So Lord Krishna told Arjuna that whenever you get some doubts or questions in spirituality, immediately you ask. When you clear the doubts, then only you can go forward. Otherwise, you can't go forward. So Arjuna did not even care about whether he is Bhagavan or somebody else. Whenever he got the questions, immediately he asked. We also should be like that. Then only we can understand the wisdom in a proper way. Otherwise, we will be in the ignorance itself. When there is no question arising, then we call it is a clear wisdom. If there is still question in the matter, then we can say there is still ignorance exists. So here Arjuna is asking questions. What are those questions? Okay. So before that, Lord Krishna said about uh, Brahma Yogam. So we came to know Nirvedam, right? After Nirvedam, he said about Yogam. So let us see the Slokam. After that, we'll look about the questions what Arjuna asked. Here, let us see the 53rd Slokam. Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nichala samadhavachala buddhi tada yogam avapsyasi. What is saying? So, by listening to many of the things and your your intellect might have jumped between here and there, and it became like its situation became ambiguity. So, such kind of intellect, your intellect, when it becomes stable, then it is called yogam, unification here. So, Lord Krishna so far explained about three kinds of souls, three souls: mortal soul, immortal soul, absolute soul. After that, he started telling about unifications, yogams. So we came to know about karma yogam so far. So Lord Krishna thought that Arjuna might require some more information to understand properly the yogam. He thought of telling the Brahma yogam. So that Brahma yogam he started telling here what he is saying. What he is saying, he let us see here. Uh, you heard so many kinds of things, so many matters, or we can say various kind of knowledges. Because of that, your mind might be in the ambiguity state, your intellect might be in the ambiguity state. So what he is saying, whenever your intellect is stable, stops there itself, stands there itself without moving at all. So what happens? Your mind will be focusing on the immortal soul which is spread in all the creatures equally. So that state is called samadhi state. Sama means equally, the immortal soul which is spread equally in all the creatures. On that immortal soul, whenever your intellect gets focus on that, then it is called samadhi. So here why Arjuna got the questions. So far Lord Krishna explained about karma yogam, right? So when he explained about karma yogam, the karma yogam process is when you are performing the task, you should have a skill to avoid the karma, and you should not mix up with the you should not listen to the ego. There the tasks are happening. Here he is saying that in the Brahma Yogam, your intellect should stop there itself. And he is saying about Samadhi state. So when he told about that, immediately Arjuna surprised for that. He got surprised and he got some questions. So when he got questions, he asked him. So what he asked? स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधी किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम. See, oh Lord Krishna, so the one whose intellect is stopped, what kind of language he speaks, what he speaks, how he sits, what he follows, what he practices. This is what Arjuna got all the questions. So he might have thought that he might be murmuring some other language. He might be doing something else while he's sitting. But he got doubt that when intellect itself is stopped, how he can perform the task, how he will sit, how what he is going to practice, all these are the questions. So because this is the new thing to Arjuna, not only to Arjuna, for us also, it makes us new thing when Lord Krishna explained about yogam, karma yogam, and in this slokam, before this slokam, he said yogam. Yogam means there is a confusion. Which yogam? So, which yogam? Is it Brahma yogam or Karma yogam? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Atma means there are three souls. Three souls are there. So, we need to carefully know which soul, the slokam, which kind of soul it is talking about. So, each slokam is noted, marked with there is a notation given under the each slokam saying that this slokam belongs to this soul, this slokam belongs to this yogam, this slokam belongs to this kind of emotion or wisdom or many things Swami mentioned, making sure that everybody should understand in a proper way. So that's what the greatest Bhagavad Gita we are learning here, the Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita, which makes you very, very clear answers to your questions. So when Arjuna asked immediately, Lord Krishna started telling, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha मनोगतान आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञ तदोच्यते. What he is saying? So, with your by with your own effort, whenever you could avoid all the matters of the mind which gathered so far, and also all the wantings, whenever you leave them, then the mortal soul will be in a very joyful state. So that state is called the sthita prajna. Sthita prajna means the stable state of the intellect. The stable state of the intellect. So here in this slokam, he mentioned about mano gatan. Mana means mind. Gatan means the past matters. The mind, what it does, it will memorize all the things, all the matters. Mind is never going to think. The thoughts are made by intellect, not by the mind. The matters are brought by the mind and given to the intellect. So then intellect starts thinking over that matters. When it is doing that, then the decider is the one chittam, which decides the task. Then it gives the order to mind. Mind will engage the actionable organs to perform the task. That's what happens inside the body. Here, so the mano gatan means the past matters which mind got from the sensible organs. The sensible organs which will give the matters of the taste, lizard, sense from the skin, smell, all these things, and the sight from the eyes. All these five sensible organs pass the matters whatever they see to the mind. Mind takes that matters and gives to the intellect. Intellect will make thoughts over that. Intellect will be thinking over the matters. When mind itself stopped here. So because in the Brahma Yogam practice, in Brahma Yogam, the mind is the main source. When you can stop the mind, you will enter into the Brahma Yogam state. That is the main thing. Mind is the important element over here, the important organ over here, we can say. It's invisible, it's an invisible internal organ. That is the that plays main role in the Brahma Yogam. So when mind itself is not working, then your intellect stops working. It doesn't work. So it is stable there. That's why when you are prajna means intellect. Sthita prajna means stopped. Your mind is stopped there itself. Stopped doing. It's stable there itself. Then it is called sthita prajna. That's what Lord Krishna said. So let us see the next slokam what he is saying. So when the mortal soul enters into the Brahma Yogam state, when he is in Sthita Prajna, when he got the Sthita Prajna state, stable state of intellect. So what is next? Dukkheshvanudvigna mana sukheshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga bhayakrodha sthitadhir muniruchyate. So Arjuna asked that what kind of language he speaks, what he speaks, right? He thought that he would be murmuring here. He is saying Muni in this slokam. So Muni means he is silent. He keeps silence. He doesn't speak at all, even a single word. So not only that, what he is saying, the one who does not worry even in the sorrow, and the one who does not be happy even he is in the luxuries, and the one who does not have love, angry and fear. So that person is called the Muni, and his intellect is stable over there. So whenever a mortal soul attains Brahma Yogam state, what happens? His organs stop functioning. Because whenever the matters come to the buddhi, intellect will start thinking that, the chittam will decide that, and the orders are given to mind. Mind is associated with actionable organs, then they will be doing the action. Here mind itself stopped over there. Mind is not giving matters to the buddhi. Buddhi is not doing anything. It is stable over there. When it is stable over there, even in that situation, if the mortal soul is in the luxurious state, if he is enjoying luxuries, all of a sudden if he attains the Brahma Yogam, then he does not remember that he is in luxuries. So if he is in the sorrow, if he attains in that situation Brahma Yogam, he does not remember that he is in the sorrow. And if that is the situation when love, emotion or angry emotion is coming upon him, and even if he is in the fiery state situation, whenever he attains the Brahma Yogam state, they are not going to bother him at all. They are not going to show any effect on him, because his intellect is stable over there. So he is completely silent over there. His actionable organs are not functioning, not working, and his intellect is stable. Mind is completely stopped there. So that's what he is saying. In that situation, even in that situation, eye, nose, throat, ears, skin will be grasping the matters from outside, but they don't have the mediator mind. So they are not going to provide what the information they got it to the mind. Mind is completely shut up over there, completely shut off over there. So it's not working at all. So that's what happens in that situation. So there is no way to speak anything, do anything. So it's completely stopped situation. So all functions, all the organs stop working in the body. After that, let us see 57th Slokam what he said. Yas sarvatra nabhisnehastat prapya shubha shubham navinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. What is saying in the 57th Slokam about the Brahma Yogam, the mortal soul who attained Brahma Yogam, what happens to him? So whoever is not having relationship with all, friendship with all, and who has no focus on the uh, good results or bad results, and whoever is not experiencing happiness and sorrow, his state of intellect is highest one we can say. So here when he spoke about sarvatra nabhisneha means friendship with all, friendship, the great friendship with all. So some people thought that uh, the friendship with outside friend or something like that. So in the external worldly related matters, nobody will be having always a great friendship with any human being. That's not possible at all. Here we need to carefully think about for what purpose the thing sarvatra nabhisneha was. So we came to know that the mind is the one which is the main important one in attaining the Brahma Yogam. When your mind is working, you can't attain Brahma Yogam. When your mind is shut off, completely off, then you will enter into the Brahma Yogam state. Here, if you see mind, we came to know that mind is a mediator which will be taking the matters from the five sensible organs and giving it to the intellect, and mind will take the orders from the chittam and gives that orders to the actionable organs to do the task. So here it is associated with, it has friendship with the 10 organs, actionable organs, sensible organs. Then again, mind is associated with buddhi and also associated with chittam. That means intellect and the decider, chittam. So totally 12. So mind is having the great friendship with 12 organs in the body. So as long as there is a good friendship and there is a, and it's taking the all the matters from the actionable organs and giving it to the intellect like that, when as long as the mind is busy doing the task, you will not attain the Brahma Yogam state at all. So whenever mind is completely off, it stopped completely, then only you are going to attain the Brahma Yogam state. So that is why whoever attains that state, his state of intellect is highest, we can say. So whenever we sleep, whenever we go to the sleep, what happens? So mind will become tiny particle one, and mind will lose its itself where it is. So that means losing its memory. When it loses its memory, so what happens to our body? It becomes the sleep completely. It's a sleep. So whenever we are aware and mind is shut up, that is called Brahma Yogam state. That we can say Brahma Yogam state. So here Bhagavan is saying about you should be in aware state. You should be in aware state and your mind should be off. So that state is called Brahma Yogam state. So when that state you attain, your intellect, the state of intellect is very high or greatest, we can say. So also here, yeah, when you attain that state, so when the emotions won't arise, then emotions won't haunt you. So love, angry, and all other emotions, they are not going into come into the picture, and your intellect is not going to think over that. And your intellect is completely stable, it's not receiving any matters. And also the fear also will not be there. And you will not enjoy for all the external, any external happiness or sorrow kind of situation. So and also you won't ever think about the good results or bad results, good things or bad things, uh, benefitable things or non-benefitable things, whatever it may be. You will never have focus on them. So here not only the mind, other things also have the friendship with other organs in the body. We came to know that there are 25 organs inside our body. So let us see uh, which part is having friendship with which part in the body. So we know that mind has friendship with 12 parts inside the body. uh, the mortal soul is having friendship with ego and intellect. Intellect is having friendship with mind, chittam, and mortal soul. Chittam or decider is having friendship with intellect, mind, and ego. Ego is having friendship with mortal soul and chittam. Then the five actionable organs are there. Those are hands, legs, mouth, um, genital organ, and anus. These are all five actionable organs. The mind is having friendship with that, and these organs having friendship with mind. And the five sensible organs are there. They are eye, nose, ear, throat, and skin. They have friendship with the mind. So like that we came to know about the 25 organs and how they are associated, how they are having the friendship with other organs. And in this Slokam, Swami explained very clearly that so Sarvatra Nabhisneha means whoever is having the greatest friendship with other organs, that is called mind. Whenever you switch off the mind, then only you will attain the Brahma Yogam state. In that state, so you will not have any love or angry or any emotion or even fear. And also uh, you will not have any awareness about the happiness or sorrow. And also you don't even think about any benefitable result or non-benefitable result, whatever it comes out of the external worldly related thing. So if you have any doubts or questions, you can comment so that we are going to answer that. Let us do Mangala Prardhana and end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everybody.